Namaste and very hearty welcome to all of you to this second session of Heart to Heart Talk. Every month, first Sunday morning, 8 a.m. IST is the time for Heart to Heart Talk. And in this session, I'll be answering your questions on love, relationship, and intimacy. So, whatever questions have come so far, we'll start with that. And after that, you can ask the question. Right now, if anybody has any question to ask, you can put it in chat box. Or those who have already asked the question on the group, if you can copy paste on the chat box, it will be easier for me to answer. Okay, so chat box is open. All those who have asked the question on the group, if you can copy paste on the chat box, we will start the session. Okay, Pratyush's question is there. Pratyush has already posted. Before that, Alan's question is there. Okay, we will start with the Alan's question. That was the first one. Okay, Alan says, Guruji, I have a quick wit with an occasional sarcastic tone. My friend Annie often does not know if I'm teasing or not. I see her energy frequency diminish. I do not want to hurt or confuse my friends. I would like to understand why I do this so that I can truly eradicate it. Okay, got the question. Helen, are you there? Okay, I'll answer the question. I'll highlight Ellen so that we can communicate. Uh, okay, yeah. Okay. Ellen, your question is like, see, why do we have this kind of relationship with our friends? I'll tell you a very deep rooted uh, reason for this kind of a behavior. See, somehow with our friends, or especially even in the family with our siblings, sometimes we want to outsmart the people. And that's why we behave in a sarcastic manner, or we want to outsmart in whichever way possible. Sometimes even criticizing is done. All that is there. And that type of behavior basically comes from the low self-esteem. Now, this is the deep-rooted psychological reason. See, if my self-esteem is low, I want to increase it. Now, I don't know what is the right way to do so. So, to look smarter with my friends, with my colleagues, I behave in a way that sarcastically I may pull them down. She's like this, that I want to show myself up, which I'm not able to do. I'm here. Now, if I want to show myself up, if I push somebody down, then I look upper. Okay. This is the very fundamental psychological aspect of low self-esteem. And from there comes the criticism, condemning, complaining, accusing, all this behavior. Basically, it is unconscious behavior which I want to be appreciated. I'm not appreciated, so I will criticize somebody. So the urge, deep-rooted urge is what? I want appreciation, I want love. And that is a basic reason why my self-esteem is low. Out of my low self-esteem, this kind of critical behavior comes. Okay. So the very deep-rooted issue behind this behavior looks very simple, looks very ordinary, but very deep reason behind this behavior is I want love, I want appreciation so that I can improve my self-esteem and so I can be more loving. But this is actually not happening. So the negative aspect of it, how I push somebody else down, how I look more smarter than the other, then my sarcastic behavior comes, my critical behavior comes.
Right.
But now, what is the right way? How do I eradicate the pattern? That's what you have asked. So even though it looks very simple, but it is a deep-rooted reason. How do I eradicate this behavior? Eradication of this behavior is very simple. It all will start with love yourself. Learn to appreciate your good things. See, how do you start? Where do you start? Whatever you have achieved so far in your life, make a list of it, put it on the paper, and stick it somewhere. You read it daily. What will happen? Just by doing that, you feel happy. You have done lots of things in your life so far. Learn to appreciate yourself through whatever you have done so far. Okay. Learn to improve your self-esteem through your own contribution to the world. See, you have contributed, whichever, through job or whatever way you have done. So learn to appreciate yourself through your contribution to the world. When you do so, that is the right way to improve your self-esteem. See, another way, if you want from the astrological point of view, self-esteem and confidence is always related to the planet Sun in your horoscope. Sun in your horoscope, if it is strong, then your self-esteem and confidence is good. Now we call it as a Surya Sadhana. Anything that you do to please the planet Sun, okay, even though it's a sun, we call it as a planet in the astrological terms. So if the planet Sun is good in your horoscope, your self-esteem is good, then you don't need to do such things. So improving the planet Sun, remedies that we do normally, that will actually eradicate this pattern in a very simple manner. See, what is the right way? Right way to operate with the friends is operate from the love. So then this behavior will not be there. Okay. Because this is somehow indirectly hurting. It's reducing the frequency,
Yes.
which you already know. Okay. So even though look smarter, but behind that it's a very not so good intention in your heart. You know it's coming from the
Yeah.
not so good space in your being. Actually, it's not good to depreciate somebody like that. Okay, even in a friendly manner, it's not good because it's reducing the frequency, it's reducing the PUF of somebody. So, operating from love, operating from appreciation, that is the way. So, anytime you have the urge to criticize somebody, to put down somebody, or to play some mischief of this kind, become aware, reform the sentences in your mind, and make it more appreciative, make it more loving.
Yeah.
Okay, within few days time, 3 4 days, 5 days maximum, you will convert this pattern, and that will heal you from inside. Let me tell you one more deeper reason. When I'm hurt very badly from inside and my wounds are bleeding, you see, my wounds are bleeding looks like physical. I'm not talking about the physical, I'm talking about the psychological wounds which are bleeding. Then I'm unhappy within myself, so my self-esteem is low. Now I can't see other people happy, so somewhere I have to hurt them psychologically. However minor it may be. I'm just exaggerating to make you understand from where the attitude is coming. So attitude is built in our system because of certain reasons. And past negative experiences and the hurt feeling is the root cause of this attitude which is there. Getting it? So if you heal your own psychological wounds, if you with a self-love, and you consciously become aware of your deprecating behavior for the other people, especially for your friends, and in your mind, if you convert those sentences into more appreciative and loving sentences, okay, I think in a very short while you should be able to overcome this attitude. Okay? So basically, it's all the issue of self-esteem and self-love. If those components are added, and if you are able to change your psychology, the deep-rooted issues will heal you deeply. It's a deeper healing that we need, from where that attitudinal correction comes into picture. So, self-healing, self-love, self-esteem, these are the areas where you need to work, and from there the issue will simply disappear. I hope it makes sense. If you want me to elaborate on anything, I can do that. Otherwise, from my side, I think I have covered up the topic nicely.
You have. Thank you, Guruji.
Thank you. Yeah. All right. So I hope all of you understand. It looks very simple on the surface, but underneath so much is there. Now, normally people are unaware about their behavior. So, okay, Mita has raised the hand. Mita, do you want to ask the question?
Yes, Guruji, it's related to this same thing. I wanted
Uh,
to ask that people behaving like this may have they are behaving like this because they are having low self-esteem, but they show and pretend that they are so strong and so smart. Guruji,
mm,
even that is like from the low self-esteem only.
100%. See, I know I'm not good enough. Okay. I want to prove myself good. Now, I don't know how to go up because I don't have those ideas. So I want to press somebody down. So if somebody is down, I look up. This is the fundamental mechanism behind criticism all the time. Okay. So that is exactly, see, every human being has the need for love. Every human being has need for appreciation. Every human being want to have that feeling that I'm wanted. Nobody wants the feeling that I'm unwanted. Okay. Because the abandonment traumas are there from the past. The birth trauma is there. Every human being is carrying so many traumas inside them, and the psyche is damaged. See, only enlightened beings after sufficient maturity and enlightenment are genuinely healthy from inside. Almost every human being on the planet Earth is psychologically wounded. However strong they may look on the surface, inside is all wishy-washy.
Right, Guruji.
The center is missing from the human beings.
Um,
Okay. Love is missing. It's a fact. Okay. It's a fact. So if you scratch the surface and go deeper, all the issues are there. That's why this Sunday morning, see, we have to address somewhere much deeper into the human behavior. Why these issues are coming again and again. Unless that deeper healing happens, this surface level issues will continue. Little amendment here and there may happen, but the fundamental issues are there. See, fundamental issue number one is self-esteem issue. Okay. Self-esteem issue is related to what? Self-love. Psychologically, people are wounded, troubled, big way. Lots of traumas are there inside. And those wounds, those traumas are actually governing our behavior with the people and with ourselves also. Tell me why so many educated people, fluent people, intelligent people are having self-sabotaging pattern. See, now scientifically everything is proven that substance abuse is bad, right? Why should I hurt myself or hurt my body by drinking alcohol or taking drugs or anything that is damaging, tobacco? Why should I do that? But you see, thousands of people, highly educated, very intelligent people are also doing this thing. This was one of the research area for me. I was wondering why so many intelligent people, educated people, even scientific minded people who know the facts, they are also behaving this way. Let me tell you one of the life story, actual real life story. My brother's wife was having cancer. This is about how many years old story? Almost 20, 25 years, 30 years old story. And I was sitting there in Hinduja Hospital, 13th floor, cancer ward. And I was wondering whether we can do something about cancer because there were so many people in that ward. All cancer patients were there. So I was reading That time that Japanese scientist book was out, and some research had happened on cancer. So I was interested as a student of science. I said I must do something to understand these things. So I was reading that book. And I was sitting there. I had nothing else. Some one of the family member has to be there. So I was sitting there and reading the book. And I heard two doctors talking about effect of tobacco and cancer. They were behind the door, and the door was opening on the staircase. There's a lift door and there's a staircase door. The door was closed, but I could listen to them. Okay. And they were like nicely discussing. Both were the research scientists. They were doctors. They were doing research on cancer, and they were also medically qualified to treat the cancer patient. So I was listening for 5 to 10 minutes, and I got so much interested. I thought I should go and talk to them. See, I have my family members here, and this is the issue. What is the latest research I wanted to know? The moment I pushed that door, which was opening onto the staircase, I saw these two gentlemen, qualified doctors, research scientists doing research on cancer, effect of tobacco. What I saw, both of them were having cigarette in their hand, and they were on the staircase because smoking was not allowed inside. So they were standing on the staircase, enjoying their cigarette and discussing the effect of tobacco. Actual case, I'm telling. This is the state of human mind. The most intelligent people, scientific people who know what's happening, discussing the negative effect of tobacco by two medical doctors and the research scientists with the cigarette in their hand. That was amazing sight for me. People are doing all these things. It's a real life incident. And it's very common, you will find. Okay. So, my dear friends, human behavior is very complicated. It's not easy to understand. These things are happening. You look around everywhere, this is there. So, we have to look much deeper behind what is that. The thing is, psychologically, every human being is bleeding. Psychologically, deep within, people are unhappy. And from that state comes what is known as the death urge. It is the death urge which becomes the cause of the death of a human being. So, I was doing research on longevity, physical immortality. So I collected all the books, this thing I have mentioned many times. All those people who have written the books on physical immortality, all those authors have died. Not a single available right now. Okay. So there is nothing like physical immortality. Anybody who is born out of mother's womb will die. This planet Earth is called Mrityu Loka. The death is certain. In this world, only one thing that is certain, and that is the death of the person. Okay, there is no uncertainty about that. Everything else is uncertain, but about death, the certainty is there. When? That I don't know. But it is guaranteed, 100%. Okay. So anybody who is born out of mother's womb will die for sure, because that is the law of this planet Earth. Okay. Now, what is it that causes the death? That is called death urge. Everybody has a psychological urge of dying. At one moment, we develop that. But many people develop the psychological urge to die much early in life. And one of the biggest reason is unhealthy relationship. When you have toxic relationship, when you have abusing relationship, and it bothers you a lot. Okay. That is the time where most of the people have death urge. And that death is increasing and it becomes a suicidal tendencies in a person. Okay. Because I do counseling of lots of people, emergency counseling, somebody tried to suicide. And I have looked into thousands of such cases. Why is it that people want to suicide? Okay. The reason behind the suicide is the death urge. From where does the death urge come? 90% of the cases, the death urge comes from the non-functional relationships, abusive relationships, toxic relationships. Again, what is the root cause? I'm not happy, so I want to die. That's why I want to suicide. Happiness is the fundamental reason. Somebody is happy, why should that person think of dying? Person is enjoying life. Person is full of love. So many loving relationships, so much of appreciation is there. So many gifts are coming. Everybody wants to be with you. Everybody wants to enjoy with you. Life is full of joy, ecstasy, bliss. Why a person will try to suicide? No, in that case, suicide is not possible. Even death urge is not possible. In fact, that is one of the factors for longevity. People who are happy, they live longer. People who have happy relationships, they live longer. This is scientifically proven in that one of the American university experiment which is still going on. And those people who have survived and those who have lived very healthy life and happy life, and they are still going on. The experiment is going on, almost 70, 80 years, 90 years old experiment is going on. Even now, those people who have happy relationships, healthy relationships, they live longer and they live happy and they don't fall sick. Let me tell you, sickness, which means you need to improve somewhere. Somewhere your relationships are not working. That is why the sickness is there. The moment you are happy, I will tell you some of the deepest understanding is coming now from Prem mark of Babaji that I received vibrationally in December 2016. We are in now December 2025. After 9 years, that decoding is happened. So, my research on physical immortality, I was really crazy about it. I thought I should find out some way of longevity, if not immortality, at least longevity. See, human body designed for 120 years. Human body, the product, the human body is the product. The life cycle is 120 years. In earlier days, people used to live 120, 150. There are people yogis who live 200 years, 250 years, 300 years, like that. So it's very much possible. Human body is fantastic. Absolutely amazing. But these days, average 70, 80, 70 years, 80 years, 90 years. Okay. Japanese people are living longer, maybe 90 plus. But average 120 is nowhere there. 120 years should be the average longevity on the planet Earth because that's how the product is been designed. But we have cut it down to almost half. What is the reason? The reason is we have not understood something. What is it that keeps the human body healthy? We are repeatedly doing something which is damaging the body. Being happy in the body, feeling comfortable in your skin, okay, is the very fundamental aspect of being happy. Having healthy relationship, supportive relationship is the fundamental of longevity. But somehow our behavior is opposite of that. We are not receiving love, we are repelling love. Most of the people behave in a way they are repelling love. See, yesterday evening we had that get together at Tao. I showed one of the slides. I made a new slide. That shows that people have barriers. barrier upon barrier. So sit upon sit, the armor upon armor. So many armors we have created, the ray of love cannot reach to our being because of the wrong behavior that we have inculcated over the period of time. Extraordinary insights are coming from Babaji's vibrational communication on love. The deeper I go, the more amazed I am how badly we have damaged ourselves because of the wrong understanding. If our understanding corrects, if we start behaving in a proper manner, if we make ourselves available to love. Now, I'm taking very powerful sentence from Babaji's Prem. We have to make ourselves available to receive love. Let me tell you, most of the people have so many armors around their being that they are not in a position to receive love. Do you know simple thing like hugging? Very human aspect. Many people are not able to receive a hug in a proper manner. They feel uneasy. How do you express love? Most of the time, world over, human beings express love by hugging and kissing. This is the normal way. But you see, our societal conditioning, our social conditionings, sometimes even this simple behavior of expressing love becomes offending to somebody. This is because of our wrong vision. This is because of our misunderstandings. This is because of our societal conditionings. And that is the root cause of damaging us psychologically. All human beings are damaged. Many human beings are damaged beyond repair. And they will carry those things, the scars, the bleeding wounds, psychological wounds, into the next lifetime. And the fact is, we are all carrying life after life. That's why we are born. Do you know if you are healed completely, which is enlightenment, enlightenment heals you completely, no need to be born again. This life becomes the last lifetime. Why? That's the healing. That's the ultimate healing, the soul healing that happens. If your soul is healed, you are perfectly happy, there are no issues, you complete your life, you experience a lot of love, this lifetime becomes the last lifetime. There is no need to be born again. Why? Because the job is over. So ultimately, the deep rooted job of human beings is the self healing. You need to heal yourself. And the only thing that heals human being is love. So, expressing love, giving love, receiving love should be very natural. If you have barrier to receive love, okay, and if you are not in a position to give love, then you are less of a human. This is the very fundamental aspect of being human. Able to give and receive love. Unconditional love will come little later. Okay, wherever you are, conditionally also, are you comfortable sharing your love? That is the first thing that we all need to look into. Or what are the barriers to that? Then remove the barriers. Start correcting your behavior. See, wrong behavior and experience of love cannot go together. Understand this thing. Wrong behavior and experience of love cannot go together. We have to correct our behavior. For behavioral correction, you have to do attitudinal correction. For attitudinal correction, you have to do your thought correction. So if the wrong thought comes in your mind, rephrase it, make a right thought. That mindset will change your attitude will change your behavior. That's how the behavior will change. This all starts at your thought level. What kind of thoughts you are entertaining? So if the negative thoughts are there, if the societal conditioning is influencing your behavior, and what you should do, what you should not do, okay, how you should behave, all that is there. Let me tell you even more deeper thing. See, I do astral travel almost every night. Okay. For me, even in the afternoon, the moment I hit the pillow, okay, consciously I'm out astrally. So in the astral world, I meet a lot of people. I meet a lot of you also. And this is a fact many of you know about it. Do you know people's behavior in astral world is totally different. And in physical world, same person behavior is totally different. Astral world is far more honest. When you are in the physical body, you are influenced by your educational conditionings, your religious conditionings, or your societal conditionings, your family conditionings. All this conditioning grip you. But the moment you are into the astral, you are emotionally very honest being. That honesty is 100% there in the astral world. So people behave completely differently in the astral dimension and in the physical dimension. Physical dimension, all the conditionings are there, restrictions are there, and our behavior is totally distorted. In the astral dimension, the behavior is far more authentic, far more honest. You behave the way you are in astral, and in physical, you are totally distorted. So I was wondering why such a big shift is happening. It's all because we believe in the conditionings of the society. Very dangerous conditionings are there. You should do this, you should not do that. Honesty is simply not there. All the conditioning is like against your honesty. Genuineness is not there because of the conditioning. So, if we really want to heal ourselves, what we need to go deeper into is what is my conditioning? What is it that I picked up from my parents first? Even though that was required in my childhood for my own protection, for my own survival, but that need not be influencing me now. So we have to understand our parents in the right perspective and be grateful to them, and then only you can come out of your parental conditioning. Without expressing gratitude to your parents, it is impossible to come out of the parental conditionings. Then the societal conditioning, the educational conditioning, the religious conditionings. You understand all that. You see that how programmed you are. There is hardly any freedom to express your own love or to love yourself. And that is the root cause of the distorted behavior of human beings. You look at the nature, look at the birds, the bees, the insects, even the animals, they're all happy. They are behaving in a very natural manner. Okay? Because their mind is not developed, so the conditionings are not there. They are super happy with the nature. They are aligned with the nature. Okay? Only human beings have all these distorted things because human beings, the mind is developed and the freedom is there. God has given the freedom. Use it this way, that way. That's what the freedom is. But people have misused that freedom. You see, in India, it's a very democratic country. There's a freedom of speech. But India, I see every day, people are misusing this freedom of speech. Many times I feel that we don't deserve democracy. There should be military rules, strict for everybody, at least for a few years, so that everybody behaves properly. Then democracy is okay. Everybody has to learn to behave responsibly in democratic country. But you see, people are behaving in the most irresponsible behavior. Democracy means you are responsible citizen. Everybody has to behave in a responsible manner. Same thing. You are in the human frame. Every human being is supposed to behave in a way that we create high vibrational field around us. And two human beings should support each other to create the high vibrational field. Everybody should vibrate high, and that is the most fundamental solution to all the human issues. Are we really behaving in a way that we help each other to vibrate high? See, Ellen's question is, Ellen says, I'm doing something which is reducing the vibrational frequency of somebody indirectly, maybe by outsmarting somebody or criticizing indirectly or something like that. That is something deep rooted. That's what exactly we need to understand. So how do I behave in a way that will increase the vibrational frequency of everybody around me? That is being human. Okay. Now, if we are not able to do that, then something wrong. We must look into ourselves, do introspection, and find out what is the root cause. Why am I not healthy? Why am I not loving? Why am I not helpful to the people around me? Okay, or why am I vibrating low when I have a choice to vibrate high? Okay, much deeper things are getting revealed, but I'll answer the questions. Pratyush has a question. I think Pratyush has already put it into the chat box. Pratyush, I'll answer your question. Sometimes, especially teenagers, fall in love one-sidedly, very possessively with their friends or peers, but the other person is not that much interested. So they feel extremely hurt. How to help the teenagers who has fallen in love one-sidedly to let go of their crush or other person in a healthy way without them getting too much emotional hurt. This is because of poor understanding of life. Okay, teenagers are there, they are growing, and such experiences are necessary for our psychological growth. Okay. See, by the time you complete your SSC, 10th standard, okay, 2 or 3 love affairs and breakups are normally common and healthy. Psychologists say this is healthy because you are exploring the relationships. So there's nothing wrong. The attractions will be there, the infatuation will be there. The real love is not there, don't worry. It's not the real love. It's kind of a exploration, infatuations. And the breakups will be there, and somehow person start understanding how the relationship starts working. So you can't take other people for granted. Okay. Pratyush, if you're really looking at the answer from the counseling point of view, then the person has to be mature. See, one-sided affairs are immature affairs. Okay. See, many film stars and all, a lot of people, they love them. It's one-sided. The film star doesn't even know this. But that is the way the film stars are. Okay. See, everybody knows now. It's an international secret open. I was in love with Mallika Sherawat. She was one of the actresses. Okay. Now not many movies are coming. But once upon a time, I was in. It's a one-sided love affair. Practice exactly the same thing. I know this issue. I have gone through it. Okay. One-sided love affair. And the other person doesn't respond. You feel bad about it. Okay. See, I joined 3 groups of Mallika Sherawat in Facebook. Few years back, Facebook was more popular. Now Facebook is not that popular. Now Instagram is popular. Then I came to know that all the 3 groups were started by somebody, some mischievous people, and Malika was actually not there on those groups. Somebody else was doing posting in her name. Okay. So I felt very bad. I thought Malika Sharawat is answering my question and I'm chatting with her. The fact was somebody like me only was there on the other end. See? So one-sided love affairs are like that. It's immature. The relationship is always two-way. So, Pratyush, the answer is the person will become mature. Once you have 2, 3 such experiences, the person will mature over a period of time and will start understanding the relation has to be two-way. It cannot be one way. So it's a passing phase for the teenager and it's a good phase. There is nothing wrong. That hurt is temporary, but that is developing the character of the person and that is developing the understanding of the person. And there's nothing wrong. That's how we develop, all human beings. See, sometimes we develop as in our character through a lot of misunderstandings, through a lot of opposition, through a lot of troubles, the hurt feeling, humiliation, all that is there. and lot of misery is there. Every soul passes through the misery. And that is the way to your spiritual maturity. So I think it's a process of growth. The growing happens that way. And unless we make the mistakes and all, probably we don't understand the reality of life. So it's a passing phase. I don't think anything needs to be done. What needs to be done is we can help our youngsters to focus on how to improve the EQ. EQ means the emotional quotient. We can teach emotional intelligence to youngsters. If they become emotionally more mature, this issue will simply disappear, right? So, what is the fundamental method? The fundamental method is the issues are because of the darkness. See, this particular issue is because of the darkness in my being. I don't understand. That's why I make such mistakes. Okay. The solution is not in fighting the darkness. You can't fight the darkness. What is darkness? Just the absence of light. You can't fight the darkness. What you need to do? You need to light a lamp within. Po Dipo Bhava. That's what Buddha's wordings are. Light a lamp within, which means what? I can only work on myself, become more emotionally intelligent, become more spiritually intelligent, and I can carry on with my life. That is the only way. So the answer is not in how do I fight the darkness. The answer is how do I light my lamp? How do I start my torch so that I can counter the darkness? And that is by improving myself. So by becoming emotionally intelligent, I can help people. So Pratyush, as a counselor, if you want to help youngsters, as a counselor, your job is to teach them emotional intelligence so that they come out of this issue and they don't fall into the same issue again. Very simple. Light the lamp, can't fight the darkness. That fundamental understanding has to be there. Does that answer your question or you want me to elaborate? Over? Okay.
Guruji.
Done? All right. Okay. The next question. Shobha Dudani says, my question was also same. Fine. Usha, what if we are on the receiving end, though we know they lack self-esteem? See, it's a relationship, somebody will be at the receiving end. Those who are at the receiving end can be more loving. If your torch is on, if your lamp is lit, maybe in your lamp's light, somebody can walk few steps. Of course, everybody has to light one's own lamp. So if you are on the receiving end, you have to be more compassionate. Help the person to understand. Help the person to light the lamp. That is the right approach. Tushar says, sometimes just by cracking jokes, we talk or do something that is taken as criticism. It's not meant. Yes, that needs a little maturity to understand. Vinayji asking whether repentance lead to low self-esteem. If so, what is the way to come out of the state since repeatedly this feeling comes to fore? Repentance. See, repentance is a religious term used very commonly in Christianity. You have done something, you do repentance. Okay, sometimes you talk it out in front of the religious gurus and all, and that's how the repentance has been done. The very fact that you are doing repentance, which means you have done something wrong, you are feeling guilty. So basically, repentance is to remove the guilt. Okay. And from where the guilt comes? What is the root cause? Go deeper into repentance. See the whole structure of the repentance. From where does that guilt comes? That guilt you need to remove, so you are doing repentance. Okay. I behaved in a wrong manner, so I'm feeling guilty. So now I do the repentance. I go to the church, talk it out in front of the Father. But from where the guilt has come? The guilt has come because of the societal conditionings. That is the root cause. The conditioning is the root cause. Repentance is the mechanism, social mechanism to help you come out of the guilt. But you see, this is how the society works. First, it creates the guilt in you through societal conditioning and then tells you do the repentance so that you can be exploited. If you don't feel guilty, you don't have to do repentance. The guilt has come because of lack of love. See, let me tell you, very fundamental issue is there here. Okay. Vinayji, thank you for, even though it looks very simple on the surface, very deep-rooted issues in the human beings. Okay. Now the deepest insights of Prem mark, all Babaji's blessings, we are able to understand all these things. See, society is built over the period of years, human society. And there are rules and regulations. If you look at the animals, if you look at the nature, those rules and regulations are different. Those are natural. But in human society, the man-made laws are not natural. Most of the time, they're against the nature. Man-made laws, okay, are against the nature. And that is how the powerful people in the society are able to control you. See, it's a controlling mechanism. If child is behaving in a wrong manner according to the mother, so mother injects the guilt in the child's mind. If you do this way, you are a bad boy. If you do this way, you are a good boy. So this is a controlling mechanism that we all face right much early in the childhood. Then the society does the same thing. If you behave this way, you are a good person. If you behave this way, you are a bad person. And your natural instincts are to behave in a bad way. So you create a lot of guilt. Because you have a lot of guilt, you want to come out of it. So though you practice repentance, that is the mechanism to release the guilt. From where the guilt has come? The guilt has come from the societal conditionings. Why the birds don't have that? There's no word called repentance in their dictionary. The animals have no repentance. See, for example, a lion will easily eat away the deer, feel happy and sleep for a few days. Lion will not do the yajna, repentance. Lion will not go to the church to tell father, I killed the deer and ate and I'm feeling so guilty. No. Why? Lion doesn't have that kind of societal conditioning. Lion is very happy eating the deer. It's a natural thing. Human beings have the guilt. Repentance is not the issue. Guilt is not the issue. Conditioning is the issue. So, solution? Understand the conditions and you are out. Just understand. Go deeper. Ponder over it. Which societal conditioning is making you feel guilty? That is pushing you towards repentance. Remove that conditioning, the whole structure will crumble down. Getting it? Much deep-rooted issues are there. The issues are created by the society. Society means we only. We people have created the society. What is the right behavior? What is the wrong behavior? Let me tell you, huge differences, huge changes will happen in humanity in coming few years' time. Because our man-made laws are not natural. They are not aligned to the natural laws. And the human beings will behave naturally. Natural laws, not the man-made laws. Okay. And that conflict is what is reducing the life of the people. All right. Next one, Kiran Samant is asking, Mr. Modi ji always hug when he greets other leaders while welcoming him to our country. That's natural. That's how we actually connect heart to heart with the people. So, The modern society has to learn and be open to expression of love. We all should be more appreciative about giving and receiving love. Because we are criticizing love, the love is disappearing from our heart, and that's why we fall sick. Okay, before we close, one of the most fundamental law of nature, whatever you appreciate will come to you. Whatever you criticize will go away from you. This is a natural law. Now you see, people are criticizing loving behavior, so the love will disappear from their heart altogether. That's how we are creating the barriers to love. If you want to receive more love, which is the very fundamental solution to all the human issues, number one thing that we need to learn is learn to appreciate love. Learn to appreciate the expression of love. Whatever you appreciate will come to you. That's the most fundamental. But you see, the human society cannot see somebody happy. See, everybody is unhappy. Somebody is happy. So you pull that person down. So that person becomes like you. Everybody is comfortable. This is the problem with the society. See, lovers are so happy. Anybody who is in love with somebody. Okay. Even normal love we are talking about, human love. Okay. In love, you are so happy. But people can't tolerate. So everybody tells you, now you get married, you get married, you get married. Everybody tells you get married. Societal conditioning. And then what happens? I don't have to discuss. So the issue is unnatural laws. Okay. And somewhere the society will break up, the rebellious people will be there, the laws has to change. This cannot survive. This has survived for too long. In the modern era, when the frequency is increasing, the unnatural laws will not survive. Okay, Lalita is asking, is marriage man-made? 100%. See, in the nature, tell me whether the birds get married, the butterflies get married, the bees get married. No, they are all natural. They are governed by the natural law. There is no societal influence in the nature. Only the man-made laws have the marriage. I don't see the institution of marriage surviving for long. In the higher vibrational society, marriage will not survive. Why? Unnatural. It's unnatural, it's man-made. It's not the God-made law. Love is God, God-made. Marriage is man-made. So marriages will face issues, already facing issues. So many divorce cases are happening because unnatural relationship. It's something fundamental we have to look into. But you see, we are not ready. We are so much hypnotized by this societal conditionings. Doesn't matter. I'm not influenced by that thing. Okay. With introspection, meditation, going deeper into the subject, I have started understanding the conditionings in a big way. And without creating the disturbance with the people around, for sure, I know it's a societal condition. You don't have to fight with everything. Okay. You have to understand. That's it. All right. So most fundamental issues are how to come out of this unnatural behavior and how to go towards the more natural behavior. Okay. But let me tell you, this fundamental law either will make your life or break your life. Remember all these things. Whatever you appreciate will come to you. Whatever you criticize will go away from you. So if you are in a relationship, you are with a person, you repeatedly criticize that person, the person will go away from you. That's easy to understand. What is uneasy, not easy to understand is any quality, any human quality. If that quality, if you criticize, that quality will go away from your being. That is most important to understand. So love is a quality. Love is an ability. You want to be more loving? Learn to appreciate this ability of love. What will happen? More love will pour into your heart. And that is the only way you can be healed. Otherwise, every person is dying because of the disease, no? Every human being is dying. Every day, thousands of people are dying. Death is absolutely natural. Okay. But those will be born again. Again, they have the sickly body. The sickness is lack of love. That's it. Very simple. When you are full of love, and if you die, that death is the ultimate freedom. You will not come back. The death will still be there. But there is no need to come back. That death is the ultimate freedom that is possible. Until then, death is not the freedom. Death is a trauma. You will be born again. Birth is also a trauma. And the psychological wounds will continue. Love is the ultimate healing force. Learn to appreciate love. Learn to appreciate loving behavior. Learn to appreciate expressions of love. Slowly, your psychology will change. You will start healing yourself. When you are full of love, no disease. 100% healthy body. That is the 100% healing. Once you are 100% healed, you don't have to come back. Death will be still there, but death will not be painful. Death is like jumping into the unknown, into the ultimate freedom. Param Mukti. As long as you are alive, it's Jivan Mukti. When you die, it's Param Mukti. That is what is the truth of life. Thank you very much for joining me on this Sunday morning. God bless you.